Hello everyone, it's Shahzeb Afridi from Game Logics, and this is the 18th part of our tutorial series how to make color switch game in Unity. If you haven't subscribed my channel, then do a subscription and press the bell icon for notifications. Okay, so in this tutorial, what I am about to do is we have created a destroy object script in the previous tutorial. And in this tutorial, I am going to create our particle system for which we have created our destroy object script. Okay. And if you are hearing some noise in the background, I am sorry for that because it's hot and it's also Ramzan and it's the sound of AC, okay, air condition. I'm sorry about that. It's not possible to record this video without AC because it's hot. Okay, so let's create the. And one thing that I need you to do is simply, I have exported this material from the original project. Okay, and where you will find this material, you will find this material in the color switch materials folder. Okay, so you can simply export this material from there. Okay, I have shown you this process many times, so I don't need to show it again. Okay, so you should do that by yourself. Okay, and let's create an empty game object. Okay, and let's reset its position and let me rename it star particle system. Star particle system. Okay, so it's our star particle system, and what I am about to do is it component, which is going to be our effects, and then I'm going to add our particle system that is going to be, yeah. Okay, so particle system has been created, and I think, yeah, here you can see the particles are emitting. Okay, so let's change a few things, and you don't need to know about all these things, what they are and what they do, because honestly speaking, even I don't know all of these. Okay, and they are not important. The things that are important are what we need. Okay, and the things that we need, I will explain them. Okay, so it's the duration of our particle system. Okay, the length of time the particle system is emitting particles. Okay, so it's for how long our this star particle system will emit the particles. Okay, so let's make it 1 because this shouldn't be so long. Okay, and it shouldn't be looping. Okay, so like it shouldn't emit the particles repeatedly, and this should start lifetime like when they are when the particles begun to emit, for how long they will remain in that fashion, like they will continue to emit the particles. Okay, for how long, for how much time they will emit the particles. Okay, start lifetime in seconds. Particle will die when it's okay. So it's the lifetime, like for how long they are going to emit the particles, like for 1 second, 2 seconds. So it should be like a little bit, then half a second, or you can assign it half a second, like 0.5. I'm going to 0.6, and this is the start speed. Okay, like with what speed you are going to emit the particles. Okay, so and one other thing that you should change is mix particle. Okay, so it should be like how many particles they will emit, our star particle system is going to emit. So the maximum number of particles is going to be 20. And yeah, so and here another thing is that this emission. Okay, so it's understood like it's true. So it will emit particles. Emission of the emitter. Okay, and shape is also true. Okay, so I will show you, but let's change a few things first. So you don't need to understand all of this because even I don't know. Okay, and we don't need them. So it's renderer. Our renderer is going to be mesh. Okay, so what is basically render mode? Like our in which shape our graphics for this particle system, how this particle system is going to be rendered. So it's going to be a mesh. Mesh is basically you can say which gives it a shape. Like it's here, it's cube. Okay, let me show you with some other example. Let's have uh, do we have a mesh somewhere? We don't have a mesh here, I think. So mesh is basically the thing which gives our materials its shape. Okay, so yeah, I think we do have a mesh in our main menu scene, if I'm not wrong. Okay, let's save it. Mm, the spinning rings, I think they have mesh. Yeah, here, mesh. Okay, so this is the mesh now. So this is the thing which gives its shape, mesh. Okay, um, so its mesh is cylinder. It's giving cylinder shape to our, like it's basically a cylinder, and we have made a complete circle from these cylinders. So like if I, let's change this cylinder, let's assign it a cube or something else so it will change its shape. Okay, so that you can understand it. Capsule, see, now it has assigned the shape of capsule, so you can see what it has become. Okay, let's control and Z. Okay, cube, see, sphere. Okay, so these are the meshes which gives this thing the shape. Okay, so it's a mesh fixed. See, and so they are cylinders. Okay, but they are different cylinders. So I think that you got the idea. Okay, so like if now if I assign it none, so see, it is no shape. This cylinder, we can't see this cylinder. Okay, so let's undo this, and yeah. So this is basically a mesh. Okay, so let's go back to our gameplay scene. Okay, so let's assign it a proper mesh, and which is basically mm, a cube. A cube for star is let me find it. This one, 010. Okay, so let's see. Uh, No, it's not Q. It's cylinder basically. Yeah, it's I think cylinder for star, not Q. Where is that cylinder? 010. It's 010. That's this one. So as we can see, the stars are emitting. Okay, and okay, yeah, it's material. So it's if you can see, the color is like pinkish. So they okay, let me show you again. The stars are emitting, but in pinkish color. Okay, so let's assign the material which I have exported. Where is that? Let's collapse this. This is the one. Okay, so the material here, as you can see, the material. So let's assign this proper material to the mesh so that it can work the way it is expected. Okay, so let's play it, and as you can see, okay, so the material is assigned, and let's change its view, its render alignment. Okay, so it's basically it specifies if the particle will face the camera like according to world axis, or stay local to the system's transform, like to its own transform, the transform of the particle system. Okay, its transform, the transform of the particle system. So let's make it local. Okay, we don't need it to the alignment should be not according to world. Okay, so it should be it's to according to its own transform system, local. Okay, and the other thing, uh, I think we okay. So one other thing, let me show you is its shape. Okay, shape of the emitter. Volume is controls where particles are emitted in their initial direction, like in which direction they should be emitting. Okay, so let me show you, like it's now its shape is cone. Okay, so it's this is the cone, this one, this part. Okay, so let me change it. Let's make it a rectangle. Okay, then you will see the change. Okay, so see how the particles emitted. Hmm, where is that? Okay, shape. So hmm, like circle. See circle. Hmm. Okay, and it's the arc radius. Arc is basically a mathematical term. Okay, so it's arc. New particles are spawned around the arc. Okay, arc that we draw with our mathematical, like that what we call it, the Parker or what? No, uh, what we call the thing with which we draw circles, having a pin and in mathematics, protector. Yeah. Okay, so I think that you got the idea. So let's make it seed donut. So these are different shapes. Okay, so let's make it again. Cone is good. Okay, cone is better. So our particle system is ready, and let's attach the script. Okay, and let's make it true. Destroy children, and the delay should be 3. Okay, and for the moment, let's leave the rest of the things, and Mm, okay, so the script is fine. Okay, and about sound, so here we haven't assigned it a sound yet. Okay, we will just leave it for the moment. Okay, so let's save our project and let's make it a prefab. Okay, what the hell? Mm, delete this because I. Okay, let's drag in the folder of prefabs. Yeah, so it has now become a prefab and stop. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to create a few scripts. Um, one is going to be a simple one, disable object, disable object. Okay, so let's write the script for this. Don't need this. Okay, and need one thing is public float delay and start method. We need to call a method. String method name, yeah. Mm, uh, disable disable object. Okay, and the time should be delay. Okay, so let's get rid of this update. Let's create this disable object method, and yeah. So this dot game object dot set active false. Okay, so like this is it. Like it will disable the game object with which we will attach this script. Okay, so let's save it and let's go back to our Unity editor and let's create another method object follow, and which one is important. Okay, so it's the object follow, and let's write a script for this. Don't need these two. Okay, so what this script is for? This script is basically for our main camera. With this script we will follow our player. Okay, so like I will attach the script with our main camera, and our main camera will follow our player. Okay, so for this we need a public transform. So here we will assign the target, which will be our player, and then our float smoothing, which is going to be 5. So this will be our camera speed, with what speed we need to follow our player. And another variable is going to be not here, uh, not vector 2, vector 3, offset. Okay, so here so the offset will basically, we will determine the distance between our camera and our player. Okay, so the difference, and then we will add the difference to our uh, target position, like the position that our camera will follow. So how we are gonna do that is offset equals our transform, like the transform with which this game object will be attached, and that is going to be our camera transform position, minus our uh, target dot position. Okay, so by this we will calculate our and I haven't created the player yet. Okay, don't worry about it, I will create that. Okay, so our offset will be calculated by this, and then what I need to do is I need to change this method. It's update, and I'm going to change it to fixed update. Okay, so you will be thinking, what is this fixed update and what is the difference between fixed update and update? Okay, so the difference is basically fixed update is called, like update is called per frame. Okay, so update is called once per frame, like every frame update is called in our game. Update is called every frame, and the fixed update is called every frame, but it is called within a specified time. Like let's say the specified time for fixed update is you say that it's like 5 milliseconds. Okay, so this 5 milliseconds will remain constant, like every frame in the fixed update, like fixed update will be called every 5 milliseconds. Okay, fixed update will be called every 5 milliseconds, not less than 5 milliseconds and not greater than 5 milliseconds, exact 5 milliseconds. Okay, it's just a supposition. So, and what is the case with update? There is no fixed time for update. Okay, uh, it depends upon the system, upon your computer performance. Okay, sometimes update will be called like after 2 milliseconds, sometime after 1 millisecond, sometime after 3 milliseconds, sometimes after 5 milliseconds. So it's variable. Okay, but in the case of fixed update, it's constant. Okay, so like if you want the behavior of moving something in a smooth way, so you need to use the fixed update. Okay, so let's write the code. Our camera position. Okay, so its position will be changed, and we will assign what um, mm, um, vector 3 dot lerp. Okay, now what is lerp? So lerp is basically linearly interpolate between 2 points. point A and B in the specified time. Float T is time. Okay. So what is basically learn? So it linearly interpolates, like as you can say it's a movement, like the movement from one part, like here point A, from the starting point to the end point, but in a smooth fashion, okay, linearly. Okay, so it will control the movement of our camera, like the following of our camera, like the following of our player. So it will control the movement of our, it will control the movement of our, you can say the camera movement. Okay, like the camera will be following our player. So the smoothness in the movement, basically the whole movement and the smoothness along the movement. Okay, so it will control all these things. Okay, so lerp is basically for that purpose. So our position A is going to be the initial position of our transform dot position, which is basically our camera position. And I've made a mistake, and yeah, let's write that first. Let's comment this. It's just a simple thing, because I haven't. Okay, so we have calculated the offset, but I haven't used this offset. So vector three, our target camera position, which will be our transform dot position plus offset. Okay, so it's on position and plus the offset, the difference, okay, that we have found through here, through this through this line of code. Okay, and then we will write this statement. So our transform position, okay, so it will be our A, and position B is going to be our target camera position, and the time effect is going to be, I am going to again use the time dot delta time, okay, but with our smoothing effect multiplied to it. Okay, time dot delta time. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so basically time real time, it returns the last frame, the time that the last frame took to execute. Okay, the completion time in seconds since the last frame. Okay, so yeah. Okay, and if you don't understand like things here, don't worry about this. Okay, when I will complete this game, I'm gonna play with this, like some difficult part in coding. I will debug it for you, and I will show you how these things work. Okay, don't worry about this. If you don't understand, I will debug them and play with them, and maybe I will create a separate video for the things that are difficult in this game, like to understand those things coding wise. Okay, like in the coding perspective. Okay, so these are not very difficult. You can search for those things like LARP and all these things. Okay, they are there. You can Google them. You can watch some things on YouTube as well. Okay, like Unity official tutorials. Okay, they have made these things there. They have made tutorials on these things. Okay, so if you have any questions, then let me know in the comments. And I think that this is it for this tutorial. And again, I'm telling you, if you haven't subscribed my channel, then do a subscription, because your support means a lot. and honestly the subscribers are not that good. Okay, so it's a request. Okay, if you really like this video and if you like my tutorials, then I need your support. Okay, so support me and subscribe this channel, Game Logics, and I will see you in the next tutorial.